Hello and welcome to PPCTV, another value-packed video to help your PPC profits grow. This week I want to speak to you about geo-targeting on Google Ads and Facebook Ads. I think most advertisers kind of get the whole geo-targeting thing. You know, you target your ads to a certain area. You don't want people outside that area seeing your ads, clicking on them, costing you money, etc. And that's all good. We all sort of get that as advertisers, but I think there's a certain approach that I seem to be seeing a lot when I'm looking at people's accounts, and I think it might be quite helpful. So I think the temptation is when you're setting up geo-targeting on your ads, the temptation is to sort of spread your net, as it were, as wide as possible, because you know, you can think of that job where, oh, it's such a good job, I was willing to travel that bit further for that because it was great, or that lady traveled a good few hours to come to us and, you know, she loved us and all that sort of stuff. And whilst that happens, and whilst I understand why people are tempted to do that, the reality is that the bread and butter for most of the sort of local businesses that I'm looking at, the bread and butter come from the prospects that are in the closest proximity to where they're based. So they have a far higher conversion rate in this sort of tight radius of where they are. And what happens is they're spreading their budget all the way out here. Whereas what they really should be doing is spending all the budget they possibly can in this tighter radius first, and only when they can't spend any more on clicks in this tighter radius, then they start expanding it out. So they benefit from a higher conversion rate, and then it starts tailing off as they start hitting the boundaries of what's an acceptable sort of serviceable area. It's a different way of thinking about it, and you get such a much higher conversion rate. You get much better results as a result, because you know you've got this sort of outer ring of you know, lots of prospects who aren't as fussed as those people who are nearer to you. So all of that budget that's getting spent there could have been spent here, and it just goes a lot further. Another thing is negative locations. So whilst you might have a certain radius or different areas or postcodes targeted, you can still add negative locations. So very much like negative keywords, you can say, right, Google, I definitely don't want to appear here, definitely don't want to appear here, and so on. And even if they're not in your geo-targeted area, you still want to add them, just because geo-targeting is not always 100% accurate, and even if they're on the boundaries of your area, you want to be adding them. So it's just a way of making sure that your budget's not going to get spent on those wasted areas, because that could have gone into the pot on some really high quality prospects coming to your website who are more likely to convert to a customer. So just making your budget go that bit further. So hopefully that was helpful. If you like this video, please like us, share us, tag a friend, and that would be really great. And I'll see you next week with another PPC TV. Take care. Bye.